I'm Rusty Beck, and welcome to my vlog, Identity, an exploration of what makes us who we are. This is the fourth installment in a story I'm calling What's in a Name, documenting my attempts to discover the true identity of murder victim Alice Herrara, also known as Jane Doe number 38. I'm standing here in a place that I hate, an examination room at the LA County Coroner's Office where Alice was autopsied after her death. And with me is the man who conducted that autopsy, Dr. Fernando Morales, who has worked as a pathologist with major crimes on a regular basis for...
8 or 9 years. I also work with all the other law enforcement agencies in the county. Hi, everyone.
Now, before we get started, can I ask, what drew you to this kind of work? I mean, it seems a little...
Well, what I do is vital in terms of solving homicides. Determining the cause of death could actually start a murder investigation, and I've done that a lot. We also work with organ procurement, skin grafts, cornea transplants. I think you could do a whole show about just us. People have the wrong idea about coroners. Also, I'm an immigrant, and getting certified in another medical specialty was a huge headache, so here I am.
But this is the room in which you first saw Alice Herrara.
Yes. And just a note, this is not a good place to meet me. If I'm your doctor, you're in trouble.
Right, but you can tell a lot. You can tell a lot about a person after they die, right? Like, you could tell us stuff about Alice that might not be obvious to the casual observer.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for example, in your preliminary report, you mentioned that Alice had several teeth replaced.
Oh, yeah. And they were good replacements too. She also had a lot of cigarette burns on her shoulders, leading me to conclude that Alice, as you call her, was abused when she was younger, then removed to some kind of foster care where she received better medical treatment.
And at what age do you think Alice was tortured?
Maybe 13, because the scarring was about 2 years old.
How are you able to pinpoint her age so well?
If the bones in your upper body and scapulae are not ossified, then you're under 17.
Wow, that's very young.
Oh, yes, and I could also tell you that, she was originally from someplace colder because of how much sun exposure her skin had.
Really?
Yeah, and she was a virgin. Her hair tells us that she didn't do drugs, and she took excellent care of her fingernails and her gums, and she had her tonsils taken out when she was about 4 or 5. Oh, and also her DNA came back showing her with one Caucasian parent and one Latino parent, so she was mixed race.
Mixed race.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Also, her last breakfast was blueberry yogurt and dry granola. See what I mean? You could do a whole show right here. You could. You could dedicate your entire vlog to Hollywood obituaries, and you could still call it Identity, because the story of our lives can't be told until we're dead.
And even then, there can still be blanks. Thank you, Dr. Morales, and thank you, Reserve Officer Buzz Watson, for running cameras. And thank you for watching. Please join me next week when I tell you what I learned about Alice's cell phone and how I learned it. Until then, I'm Rusty Beck, and this is Identity.